say it's better. I'm done, done, done. Yeah, I'm done, 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 man. I'm done, done, done. Yeah, I'm done, 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 man.
Hey, what up? It's Forbes. We're at a Chad Don's studio at the moment with the Contraband guys. Locnville are here. What up, gentlemen?
Yeah, good in yourself, man.
Producer series number 1 is about to kick off. We're going to take you inside the studio and show you how they made some of the favorite beats. Just in general, take us through, like, when you guys sit down to produce some new material, where's your starting point normally?
Sometimes, you know, one of us will just be somewhere out, and then whether we have an iPad or something on us, then we'll write down a hook or an idea or something, do like a little sketch on like a keyboard, like iMachine or something like that, and then we'll take it back and then start working on it.
I was going to say, it must be kind of fun when, like, one of you jots down an idea and fires it across, and your brother's on the phone be like, dude, this is dope, love this.
It is. In fact, we have a song coming out that it was exactly one of those moments. Drew called me up and he was like, yo, you have to hear this. And then as soon as I listened to it, I was like, this is amazing. And I was blasting it throughout the whole party and everyone had a good time.
Well, you know, Locnville, they've been thrashing the radio absolutely for ages. A massive pile of hits going back a very, very long time. You can check out the videos like these.
When he take my hand, I'm no Peter Pan. I'm no Peter Pan. All I wanna do is dance away the night with you. I'm moving closer and closer to you. Tell me what's colder than the cold shoulder. What can I say, baby? I told you.
Cool, so we're going to break down one of their brand new up-and-coming tracks.
Okay, so this is super exclusive right here, unreleased track. This is a great one to actually sort of break down. It's a new track called Done that we're working on with 2 guys from Uganda named Radio and Weasel. We met them actually in Zanzibar with you.
We were all in Zanzibar together at a party, and Radio and Weasel were playing.
Yeah. And it just never really came together until we actually came up with this beat, which is actually a redo of a previous beat that we did. Brian can play a little. I have a little clip on my phone here, and basically it's the same structure, basically, yeah, same instrumentation. And then you'll hear how it's quite slow. And that very broken up kick drum. So this is where everything started, was with this vocal sample here. That was something that we had come together with some beat that was a lot slower. Now this. So here you can just, you know, make it a bit more quick, yeah. Splice it up a bit. It just makes it a bit more interesting and quirky.
So that's where you started this. You cut up that vocal sample, laid this down, where you're like, right, from this we can play.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. And then the second most important part of it was the keys. So we got these keys in the beginning, and you'll hear it's pretty dry. So to give it that little sort of more sort of reggae feel, we put on a very quick delay there. And then sort of just gives a quick little bounce back. Which sort of lends to that Caribbean feel, which is nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean that's where everything started, is with the key line and the sample. And then comes the bass work, which is always something that we spend a lot of time on, because it's very easy to sort of just do a basic mono bass that follows the whole melody, but you'll really find the magic when you try to find a key off it, or, you know, put it where you wouldn't really expect it. And then also one of the things that was important for this one, we felt, for the hook, is that because everything has that very chopped sound, including the sample, the beat itself and everything, it's that very chopped start stop. The actual bass line itself, I call it a bass line, it's a synth or whatever you want to call it, is a very, very bouncy, to sort of fill in those spaces between the long pauses between the samples.
Okay, got you.
Exactly what he's talking about, the sort of bass synth, if I suppose if you want to call it that, is this, which has a much more sort of quick flow, which we use in the hook, just to bring the whole thing up and then drop it down again in the verses. So. And then we got a few synths following that, just to hype it up.
Yeah, that's sounding really nice, huh?
Yeah, I mean I always like that kind of stuff. I like low subs and then high sort of shrill plucky sounds to follow it.
So go and throw that big first bass on top of that as well.
Yeah, so I mean, you can already hear it's got quite a nice little pickup there.
Yeah. It's got a really nice bounce flavor.
Yeah, which was exactly what we were going for. You know, nobody can resist a nice bouncy bass line over a nice beat, so it always works.
What happens next then?
Always what sort of wraps everything together is the percussion line.
How many layers do you guys build into your percussion kind of section? Because I know the house music guys will go on and on forever. They'll build 1,000 layers.
It really depends. Yeah. Like, I mean, this one, if you look at the little MIDI signatures, you can see there's quite a few things. Well, at least it looks like a lot, but it's really just hi-hat, kick, and snare.
You can see these guys are pretty organized in terms of their labeling and their colors on the channel so that they know what's going on.
And that came after years of losing beat sessions and not having any idea what separates I was exporting. So, I mean, it all comes through trial and error. But I'm almost OCD about organization in production these days.
Okay, so take us into your percussion bit then.
With a nice little subby kick, we like to sidechain the bass. Basically what it does is every time the kick drum hits, the bass goes away.
It's an important tip if you're learning production and you're still early on, like sidechaining that compression for your bass and your kick drum is vital. Yeah. Take us into the actual vocals.
Okay, well, I mean, for us, and I think actually a lot of people, this is really where the track comes to life, is in the vocal production. We really don't do a lot of takes when we record. I'm a big believer that you'll get the feeling that you're trying to portray if you do it within about 5 takes. Anything in there, you're really going to get the emotion across, for me at least.
Otherwise it becomes a mechanical process.
And you hear it all the time when people do something and you know, they might have made a little mistake that they think is, you know, detrimental, but that's actually what gives the vocal character. Yeah. Even if it's a bad recording, we actually prefer to use those than high quality recordings.
Okay, so take us into this clean one then.
Obviously, when the hook comes in, that's when you want everyone jumping up and down. So you want the vocals to reflect that as well, to something more full and sort of a 3D sound like this.
I'm done, yeah, I'm done, I'm done, yeah, I'm done.
There's that sort of gritty, distorted voice going underneath. We don't use that all the time, but especially in a song like this, and it just gives it that bit of body underneath. And you know, you won't really hear it when you're listening to the whole track, but if you take it away, you'll hear it. Yeah, so that really is the basic structure of how we do things. I mean, you know, obviously every track is different, but that's sort of the basic rule of thumb that we go by is, you know, we find something about a beat, make that first, see the feeling it gives us, and write the track accordingly. And that's how we came up with this one.
Well, this is unreleased, unheard, Locnville. Have a listen. We've taken you inside, and then this is the end result.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.
You like a tattoo, the way you get under my skin, man. The thing about you is too much suffering that you say.
And that's how we do the producer series on 5FM, in with Locnville. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll be back with another episode soon. Peace.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done, man. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done, man.
5FM. Watch 5FM TV on YouTube. 5FM.